Next week, Britain's nurses will become the latest group of workers to go on strike fighting for better pay. It's a landmark moment, the first time ever that UK nurses have walked out. But they're not the only group of workers complaining that their wages are unsustainably low. Border Force staff have now announced that they too will strike later this month, joining rail workers, postal staff, teachers and university lecturers, ambulance staff and transport workers. In Parliament, the opposition party challenged the Prime Minister.
This morning, his Transport Secretary said that his flagship legislation on strikes, this is what he said this morning, his Transport Secretary, might want to listen to this, is clearly not going to help with the industrial action we're facing. He should stop grandstanding, stop sitting on his hands, get round the table and resolve these issues.
The government has been reasonable. It's accepted the recommendations of an independent pay body, giving pay rises in many cases higher than the private sector. But if the union leaders to continue to be unreasonable, then it is my duty to take action to protect the lives and livelihoods of the British public.
The lives and livelihoods of the British public are being hit by rampant inflation. Groceries are 14% more expensive than a year ago. Headline inflation is 11%. But most people's wages are not increasing by the same amount, if at all.
An increasing inequality between the top wages and the lowest wages, so the highest percentiles and the lowest percentiles, but also the median wages. So it has seen actually an impoverishment of the middle class.
The trade union Unite is currently involved in 22 separate pay disputes. It refutes the idea that companies can't afford to increase salaries.
Unite research has shown that over the last year, the top companies in the UK, their profit margins have increased by 2/3. So what we actually have now is a crisis of profiteering.
A recent UK opinion poll found 60% of people are generally supportive of workers taking industrial action, especially in the current cost of living crisis. But that figure did vary sector by sector. For example, 54% supported nurses going on strike, while the figure dropped to 41% in favour of strikes by rail workers. Strike fatigue is a possibility, but there's little sign of it yet. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera, London.